Yoda Cage.
Wow, we didn't even have time to talk about what was happening. Yoda Cage just said,
You're like, no, I got you. We go next.
yeah,
We go next.
I got work to do, buddy. I got to get home.
Yep, but Bbatts and Waffleman are on their first game here on Julesvale, and Waffleman evening up the stocks, only a 15% deficit. Not looking too bad for him, but this is still the #1 seed of the tournament he's going up against right now, so he's got to keep his composure.
Yep, but I think Zetterburn is a character who does relatively well, like against Fleet. On stage, off stage, I think it's an entirely different story, right? I think Fleet is one of the best characters in the game at converting stocks against Zetterburn. Once you get them off stage, it's just so hard for Zetter to route around the plethora of ledge trap edge guard options that Fleet has from a low commitment distance.
Absolutely, but oh god, that's such a huge lead that Bbatts has. What is Waffleman gonna do going into game 2?
I mean, listen, it's a lead, but it's not out of the woods yet. If you find this stock, it's certainly possible for you to close this, but Bbatts has locked in some of these parry timings, getting a download all the way through right now. But this is the opportunity for the Waffleman. If you can find the stock here, maybe, but now it's starting to climb a little bit out of arm's reach. Bbatts starting to feel it with going all the way out for that edge guard.
Yeah, that float really sucked all the wind out of Waffleman's sails for that recovery right there. So it looks like we're going right into game 2.
And boom, right into Bbatts the Waffleman's game #2 here on court, where Bbatts
way more even than last game.
Yeah, I mean, game 1 started really even too, and then Bbatts kind of just started to compound a difference just like this with some incredibly efficient edge guards on the second stock. We're seeing that story start to repeat itself here as the Waffleman just hasn't been able to really find strong combos because Fleet's floatiness plus the perfect DI out of these combos has meant that the things that the Waffleman is fishing for hasn't been what he's been able to find, and he just hasn't been able to adjust to that yet.
Yeah, Waffleman starting to hang back a little bit, try to figure out some kind of opening, but Bbatts just keeps on rolling, flowing right on out there with the double arrow down. Very cut and dry set there.
But he got sniped.
Yeah.
That was just beautiful from Bbatts, right? Lining that arrow up at the end of the day, and it looks like, to make it out of pools, it looks like we might be in best of 5 territory now because
Oh, yeah.
they're running a third one. This is winners quarters.
Emergency best of 5.
And the Waffleman just needs to find a way to not get edge guarded quite so hard, but that's easier said than done.
Yeah, especially with a character like Fleet that can just throw out these arrows and cover so much, especially in the downwards direction. So that's just going to make things really hard for Zetterburn here.
Okay, I really like utilizing the Nair there to find the reset, something I'd like to see a little bit more of from the Waffleman as the set goes on, right? You have to find the ways to shark this Fleet or play around those arrows, utilize these platforms as coverage to your advantage. But right now, the Waffleman just feels like every time he tries, Bbatts is ready and finds the reversal of fortunes.
Yeah, but looks like Waffleman has got a little bit something figured out this game 3. He's got himself a little bit of a lead right now. He's got to keep it, though, because Bbatts is really, really hunting for some kind of confirm here.
Yeah, fades it back, tries to find some pressure here with the tornado. Oh, but just doesn't quite get too much more. This is the answer that the Waffleman has potentially been looking for, or if he's trying to get on the board in this here set, but he needs to close out those stocks. Can't quite get reversal. Isn't going to get sniped off the top this time. That one's for the bottom blast zone only, Mr. Billy Bbatts. But what a tech to survive.
Whoa. But yeah, these guys are living to the deep red percents right now. They're only a hit away, just one aerial away from finally taking this stock, but it's not looking too good for Bbatts' first stock.
Okay, this Fox just won't die. Bbatts' survival DI defense has been utterly immaculate. There has not been a single mistake here. The Waffleman finding a route out of the immediacy of disadvantage, saving the wall jump, has the resources, doesn't have it there though, and at that point, unfortunately, there's just nothing else you can really put together. So has to see the stock, 195 here on Fleet. Hey, you need to secure this fast. A lot of things will do it. If you let Bbatts start to build up the extra percent, we're gonna see a recipe of the last 2 games.
Stonehead toss right there is gonna do it though, but Reed has to get out of this disadvantage situation because Bbatts just keeps you there forever.
I really like that landing up air. Puts you to the platform, utilizes the landing lag right in the tech to kind of reset the timing and find an extension after the fact, plus an edge guard to just force out pressure. Sometimes these moves don't even have to hit, right? Because they force out defensive options and you just die for putting yourself in that lag in the first place. Awkward DI to find the extension there, but this time the Waffleman makes up for it, finding a way out. The scramble, they're trying to go back at disadvantage state, but right now Waffle just can't get away.
All right, and I just did have to check in this set that's about to happen in the bottom left here. That is indeed the John Fordyce candidate I thought it was. I'm so happy to see these guys back. But going right back up to Bbatts, Waffleman. Oh, just barely kills there, ending the set. Not the cleanest of 3-0s, 3-0, but it was close. But Waffleman did have a lot of really good adjustments there. Had a lot of really